We got to be good now. Are we good? Excuse me. What is left in there? Okay, we're good. We've got audio. Very important part of live streaming is having audio that actually works. And I don't know why this light won't work. This one stupid Elgato light always gives me trouble. What's up, Slap? So weird. My computer's doing what it wants right now, I guess, which is not working for me. All right, so you guys know the deal. This is your guys' chance to ask any questions about the Amazon Influencer Program. Basically, treat it like a free consultation. Whenever you guys have questions, you can either put them in the chat or you can actually call that number on the screen right there. Is it going the right way? Am I following it? Am I following it? It took me, 6 months of live streaming to realize that it was flipped and I wasn't following it. So I think it's good now. But if you call that number, my phone rings and I will answer it, and then we can do a call-in, live call-in. How you doing though, Slap? The number, you guys can't see the number on the bottom? That would be so annoying if that was true. Is that really true? Oh, if maybe on mobile, can you not see it? Is it on the top? If you're on vertical YouTube, go to the other one. It should be at the top of the screen for if you're on vertical. I'm actually dual streaming right now, so it's 2 YouTube streams on my channel. One's vertical and one's horizontal. So if you're on vertical, it's on the top, and if you're on the horizontal, it's on the bottom. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe in the future, YouTube will let me do this more efficiently, but the way we do it right now is 2 separate streams at the same time on the YouTube channel. One this way, one this way. So it's like you guys can see both my hands right now on the horizontal stream, but on the vertical stream, you can't see my hands. What are we reselling here? We're reselling my time, and the price is free. Thank you. Considering this light's not working, and that light is not positioned properly, but we're filling in with this light right here. It's too dark, right, guys? Who can name those 2 posters over there? Bam. See, like, I might as well shut that light off. It's not doing shit. Are you at 10K a month yet? No, I'm not. I think I would be at so if I include Facebook sales, I'm over 8K, but barely, just like hovering at 6K right now with commissions and creator connections. But that's because it's trending down. And so, not like trending down, but across the board, at least everyone that I know and talk to says they're getting less commission this month than last month, even though they're growing. And I think it's because of how Amazon is moving the carousels around. I have a couple other theories, but I think I'd be at like 8K if the carousels weren't being weird. Little Mermaid, yes sir. Aladdin, the classic Disney days. Yeah, I'll be here for a minute. I'll be here all night. No, I'm just kidding. But I'll be here for another 45 minutes. Why is 10K a month always the magic number for resellers and creators? I couldn't tell you. I know people love round numbers. You know what I mean? Little Mermaid confirm. Yep, definitely. It's the OG poster too. The OG poster with the band graphic. Haha. Nate, did your bathtub fix make you feel confident enough to buy a rental property and get into the real estate game? No, absolutely not. And in fact, chat, I'm going over, we're getting ready to remodel our house right now, right? And between the kitchen and the master bath and this half bath addition, it's probably going to be like 100 grand. I would be surprised if it was less. And I'm looking at it and I'm talking to chat and this was like the last few days. We're like in-depth conversation with chat and I'm talking to chat and I'm like, okay, so if I do it like this and like that and I do the demolition myself, I could save this much money, right? And I'm literally looking at saving, like maybe saving 20,000, like in a best case scenario, save 20,000 of the proposed $100,000 cost by doing things myself, like painting, installing fixtures, maybe tiling a bathroom, doing demo myself. And then chat literally just told me, was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you could make way more money with that time by creating content, either for YouTube to promote the coaching program or just by focusing on the influencer program. Like, what are you doing? You're stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. And I was like, damn it, chat, you're right. So I don't know. I think I had it a little backwards. It was a fun side, what do they call it? Side quest, though. You got to use TikTok, bro. TikTok. Go watch the video that I have. That's how to get started in 2026. And in fact, my YouTube, I have my YouTube open right now, so I'll just copy the link for you right now. But this video is 20 minutes long and it has everything you need to know to get started. Everything. Let me see. Boom. Okay, got the link. All right, here, I'm putting it in the chat right now. Any of you guys want to get started and don't know how to get started, watch this video. A little bit over 20 minutes, but it has absolutely everything you need to know to get started. And if you have any questions after that, they'll at least be really good questions. Worst financial decision and what did you learn? This is a good question. Worst financial decision. Okay, this is worst financial decision. Let me think about it. I lost like 25,000 investing in Bitcoin. And I either learned one of two things. I shouldn't mess around with stuff I don't really know about or have time to pay attention to, or I should have held on to my Bitcoin longer because I had to sell it in 2023 for like 35,000 and I was down and it, you know, it went up a lot more. I don't know what it's at now. I don't think it's close to 100, but I think it's probably more than, let's just look it up. Unless you guys know, chat, what's the price of Bitcoin right now? 79,000. Okay. So yeah, if I could have held on to it for 2.5 years instead of spending it or whatever, I had to spend it to get the house. So, but that's terrible. Let's see. Worst financial decision. I loaned a friend $50,000 and they never paid me back. So that was a big learning lesson. I learned that you shouldn't loan money to friends ever. You know, it's just not a good idea because ultimately I had to come to terms with it. You know, I was really salty for a long time. And I don't want to go into the details, but it's someone I've known for a long time, since like kindergarten. And the reality was it was a business investment, and their business completely failed. And so that's kind of a wash. But the resentment that I felt against this person for so long was killing me, and I had to just squash it. Let's see. I invested 10 grand into a startup app that Gary Vee was involved with it was on a TV show, on an Apple TV show called Planet of the Apps. And this app allowed you to buy things off of Instagram using QR codes. So this was before the modern era of shopping on social media. This was probably 7 years ago or more. It was called 8TV, and I invested 10 grand. And I'm sure other people invested far more than that. And it was really cool. They showed their content would show on Instagram, and it had a QR code. And if you screenshotted it when you were on Instagram, their app could detect that screenshot, and their app would then force open, and then you could purchase it directly from inside of their app, like whether it was off Amazon or whatever. And it made Instagram shoppable 7 years before Instagram was shoppable and long before TikTok Shop existed. But it was just way too early. People weren't ready to buy on social media yet. They were like way too early, and that went completely out of business. So I lost 10 grand there. I don't know. I also lost 10 grand in the stock market when the marijuana stocks came out back in 2015. I want to say, when did the first pot stocks come out? When did pot stocks debut? 2009? Maybe. I don't know. Somewhere between 2009 and 2014, I lost 10 grand on the stock market. But my business partner, it was actually both of our money, I convinced him it was my crazy idea. But it pissed him off so much that he ended up learning how to be a day trader. And now he makes great money day trading. That's like what he does full time. And he does pretty good. I'm pretty sure he's banking like 10, 20 grand a month with a very low risk strategy. So I don't know. I would say financial decision. I don't know. Who knows? I've learned a lot of good stuff from all those things. Like ultimately, I wouldn't say I made money off of all of those. Loaning a friend $50,000 and not getting it back, that sucked. Don't think I learned too much that made me money from that. Investing in the 8TV and losing that 10 grand, I also didn't make any money off that. I met some cool people. I don't know, but I do think that overall having this like willingness to take risks and invest and try things has definitely paid off. So I'm just going to lump that into like bucket of like crazy shit that I've tried in my life, you know? And out of all of them, Amazon was the best play that I ever did. YouTube's worked out pretty well for me. Thanks for that question, by the way. And I don't know if I answered it at all, but at least got me talking for a while. If you have no TikTok account and just start one for the purpose of getting into the Amazon influencer program, will Amazon not accept you since it's a new account? No, they'll absolutely accept you. You just need to get your posting up. Get about a dozen posts up with about 300 views on every post, and you'll be good to go. Here, let me paste this link. This video has everything you need. I just put it in the chat again. It has everything you need to know to get started with the Amazon influencer program. And there's a section in there specifically on how to get approved using a TikTok account, and it has a posting strategy and everything. Probably got a house in Santa Cruz. Nah, I don't know. My house, it wasn't down. We got a 725 interest on an $875,000 home, and I had to put $200,000 down. So that was my life savings, and we're just like 2.5 years, almost 3 years into it. October, I guess almost 3 years. Halloween will basically be our 3rd year, and we're barely not broke. Like it took us 3 years to be able to finally start being able to remodel stuff. But it's not like the money's gone. You know what I mean? Like I still have that money in equity in the home. Have I done any good vibe coding for merchant ideas? No, I'm not really messing around with vibe coding. I have some things that I've set up for myself, but it's not really vibe coding. They're just agentic tasks like, check my email every day and then look for sponsorship emails and draft all the replies and open it in the browser inside of Codex so that I can quickly reply to everything every morning. Or I have a task that runs on Wednesday morning that pulls the transcripts from the live stream and then creates a whole summary report of the live stream, including like obviously the transcript, everything I said, all the timestamps, and then all the things that it thinks are clippable into content, including like what point does it start, what point does it end, what exactly did I say during that time, what's the summary of that, why do you think this is a good thing to use as a short form? And then I can give that to another agent, which will go and grab the raw file and then extract the content out of it. And so that's another workflow that I'm using. What's up, Junkman? KWJ says, I'm going to give it a try, bro. I'm telling you, bro, if you're not trying to make money with the influencer program, you are missing out. You could make Too Crazy 98. My first month doing it, I made $700 profit. The second month, I made $2,000. So if you bust your ass, you could probably replicate those results. Are your YouTube vids the same as what you post on AZ? No, it's not. So the stuff, I'll show you guys real quick, the stuff that I post on Amazon. So my Amazon storefront, yeah, you can look it up. Just go to Google and type Reezy Reviews on, and it should bring up my Amazon storefront, Reezy Reviews Amazon. But I'll show you my YouTube for Reezy Reviews, and you guys can see that since we're on YouTube. That makes more sense right now. So this, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. This is the link to my YouTube review channel where I just cross post all of my reviews from Amazon. And then there's like a link in the description for the corresponding product to drive traffic to Amazon. So that makes me like $200 to $300 a month. It's called Offsite, driving traffic offsite to Amazon. And if you guys could do me a favor and go and subscribe to that YouTube channel, I would really appreciate it. And also just comment subscribed if you go and subscribe. So I have like 450 subscribers or something. 492 now, and I need to get it all the way to 1,000 before January so that I can monetize that channel. So if you guys ever wanted to do me a favor, I would appreciate you going over to the Reezy Reviews YouTube and subscribing. That will help me out. Luke H says, finally caught you live, got Viral Vue using your link, about to hit my first 1K month. That's what's up, Luke. Hell yeah, congrats, brother. Are you getting free samples yet? What's up, Vesna? How are you doing? I saw your profile picture right now. I watched the Mandalorian and Grogu movie recently. It was all right. Definitely wasn't bad. It definitely satisfied my need for Star Wars or Mandalorian content. I'm such a junkie for Star Wars content. I will watch every Star Wars movie they put out, and probably every Marvel movie until the end of time. Like whatever it is, I'm going there to the theater to watch it. It doesn't matter. I don't even need to see the trailer. I'll be there. They got me. The two IDs showing on my storefront, is that one for Amazon Associates and one for influencers? No, so it's one for offsite. That's the one that's your name and ends in the number 20. And then the one that starts with ONAMZ on Amazon, that's your on-site commission ID. So when you're driving traffic to Amazon, you use your off-site ID. And when you go into Creator Connections, you use your off-site ID. But when you're uploading videos, when you're going through your dashboard and everything, you use your on-site ID. YouTube is getting stricter with monetizing. So they're making it twice as hard to get approved for monetization in January. However, if you get approved before January, you get to ride on the old standards. Very important, because I have the qualified already for the watch hours needed to get monetized on YouTube, but I only have about half of the 1,000 subscribers. And so I'm thinking, wow, if I need twice as much watch hours, that might be one that I couldn't even get in 12 months, at least not with the review channel the way I'm doing it now, which is just spamming my review content from Amazon. And the subscribers is already extremely hard to get, because if you could imagine, like, why would you subscribe to the review channel? I review like all kinds of stuff, like anything. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm selecting the products to review based on whether or not the video will make me money. And so there's no niche on the review channel. It's not like I'm your number one, you know, handheld gamer reviewer or your camping reviewer guy. Like, I literally review everything. And so it doesn't matter. You know, subscribers are hard to come by. So getting even more and more watch time could be literally impossible. He-Man was so good. I haven't seen that. I haven't heard anything about that. For some reason, I was thinking it would be bad. If anyone else watched He-Man, I'm going to need a second opinion on that. Not that I don't trust you, Christian, but I need to get a second opinion. We'll see. If I watch He-Man and it's good, I'll probably trust every recommendation you give me from now going forward. But you know how it is. We all have that one friend who's like, oh, yeah, that movie, oh, it was so good, you got to see it. And then you watch it and it just sucks. And then it happens again with another movie, and they're like, all right, I'm never trusting that guy's movie recommendations ever again. Luke says, free samples coming in, probably 15 to 20 so far. Sent out about 200 messages. Hell yeah. Are you on the 20 a day plan still? If you want to turn that up 5x, upgrade to the 100 messages a day. It's simple. It'll pay for itself in less than 30 days. Yo, I'm going to call in and chat product research and brand messaging if you're up for it. I'm always up for it, guys. We're just shooting the shit. But if this phone rings, it gets real serious around here. Let me make sure that we're ready for the phone call. Yeah, it looks like we're ready. Oh, we got a phone call. Do you still sell on Amazon? No, I don't. I mean, I might sell something here or there, but not to pay the mortgage, that's for sure. Hey, what's up? You're live on Reezy Resells. How are you?
How's it going, man? How are you?
It's going good. How's the audio? We're good?
Good. Yeah, great on my side.
Nice, nice. Chat, can you hear him? How could I help you today?
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, hey, I called in, I think it's 2 live streams ago, and was telling you I'd just gotten approved. It took me like 10 days or something like that. It just took me longer than others. And we chatted a little bit back a couple weeks ago, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update and then ask you some questions I've had since that point. First and foremost, we talked about kind of upping my video game a little bit, just going from like POV video to I've gone and purchased like a softbox light and a lower up light, and I think they're called the Polylark M2
the mic.
I think we talked about that. Purchased those, and so like I've got my setup now and I'm ready to shoot, and I've shot like probably 15 videos.
Nice.
And made my first like $20, I think, is what's in my thing right now. I had a couple products around the house that had creator connections campaigns already, and so I went ahead and made some videos for those couple things, and I've already made a little bit of creator connections money aside from
sick
commission. Yeah, and so that was cool to just have available to me. And I feel like I've been messaging brands like a madman, and maybe I don't know the strategy. There's a tutorial on the Viral Vue website about like, here's how to look for good products. And I watched that and kind of applied it, and maybe I'll just tell you my process has been and my results. Basically, I've probably...
How many videos do you got up right now?
Like 20.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that's the problem, first of all.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well just say that right now. So when you have like 200 or less, and there's no magic number, right? There's no magic number. But I remember when I had 200 and I was reaching out to brands, and I was getting, deflated because I wasn't getting a lot of responses. I was getting like 5% response rate, if that. And
Sure.
Also, I was on the 100 a day message plan right away, which really helps no matter what, just because it's a numbers game, right? That's 5 times as many requests a day. And
Right.
and it was just like keep plugging away. So I just kept reviewing more stuff around the house, friend's house, whatever. But and also too, I product research to the side. There's something to be said about building up your catalog, because once I got to like
Yeah.
300 or 400 videos, I noticed I was getting like a 10 to 15% response rate, much better response rate. And I gotta believe, I
Sure.
don't really know, that it's just because I have more videos, you look more serious. By then, maybe you've already hit silver or gold tier. But I think it's just the volume of videos. Like when they look at your storefront, they scroll and they don't get to the bottom very quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
And
I'm assuming that is 100% the case, and so that kind
yeah,
of led
so
me to
I
my
so
other
there is like
question, which
a
is,
piece of advice to said like, hey, although you know good product research is one thing, maybe you need to settle for like lesser, more hungry brands that aren't already selling like hotcakes, just so that you can populate your catalog.
yeah, that was going to be my question was like, what if something has got like low revenue, but it's got no influencer videos, and it would be a brand that might work with me
Right.
because, you know, so I mean, long story short, my plan moving forward is to go ahead and shoot 300 videos as fast as I possibly can.
Yep.
And the thing that I'm kind of struggling with right now is I'm of course, a higher quality video calls for a higher quality amount of time, and
Right.
so I'm like, am I just flat sitting in front of my studio and just hitting go and then cutting this thing up into a million pieces and just posting a million videos on these first couple hundred, and then spending more intentional time on brand deals when they do come in, or are they going to look at my catalog and go, hey, this is what we're going to expect out of this deal? It's kind of subpar video.
No,
So I'm trying to
I
weigh
don't
this.
I don't even think when you request a free product from a brand, I think it's rare that they go and watch any of your videos. It's pretty rare because for them it doesn't, you know, unless you're requesting like $100 items. Let's just say it's a $40 item. That's something that probably costs them less than $5 to make. That's their cost, right? And so
Sure.
not too much of a concern for them to spend a lot more time investing into researching who you are, whatever. Either they like your numbers or they don't, and they send it to you. I don't think they watch your videos very often. So what I would say is pump them out like fast, right? And I think, did you just say you were going to press record and then do a bunch and then chop it all up?
Yeah.
So you could do that, but I think it's faster to just start and stop recording in between each one. That way you don't have to do any
Sure.
editing. Just do one take videos as much as possible. But that being
Okay.
said, if you have a product that has a great opportunity, put more effort into it and like treat that on a sliding scale. You know what I mean? So the
Sure.
other thing I was going to say is that when you need to fluff up your catalog, a good thing to do is just request a bunch of products that like who cares what the metrics are, but it's stuff that you want. You know what I mean? So like if you just go on a
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
spree and like if you have a boat and you just request all boat stuff, or if you have an RV, you get all RV stuff. Like whatever it is, if it's something you actually need, then you don't need to look at the metrics. Like I request stuff for myself all the time and it's for personal, so I don't care what the metrics are. You know, it'd be different if I was buying it for myself because then I would try and pick one that had good metrics. But if I'm getting it for free, I really don't care what the metrics are. Like I review dog food and dog treats and dog toys all the time for my dog, and they pretty much have really terrible metrics. But I don't care because I just
Right.
look at it like, oh, that takes 2 minutes of my time and I've got a giant bag of dog food. Who cares? But that will also help you fill up your
Sure.
catalog. You know what I mean? But to your previous question about like the lower tier of videos, you can absolutely make good money on videos that don't have the best metrics, but they have really low competition. You know, so I'm talking like less than 500 sales a month. Like something that only has 100 or 200 sales a month, you can still make good money on it if you're one of the only videos on it, you know?
For sure, and that's where I've made my first $20 was from stuff like that that was just around my house.
I would say
So
also
when you're
too, I would make more videos too for the stuff that you already have. Like anything that you have around the house that already made you money, make more videos for it. And anything that has creator
oh,
connections, make more videos for it. Make multiple videos. And if you have anything that you
I didn't
can
know.
do, yeah, you can do multiples. So not you don't want to make the same video, but say something else about it. You know what I mean? Like what I like to like if I
Sure.
do a review about a product, like, hey, here's this, blah, blah, blah. I'll also do the hey, I've had this for 4 years video. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing or
Yeah.
whatever, you know? So and then two, tagging multiple products in a video. So if you have two can openers, you know what I mean? Even if only one of them has creator connections, do them both and tag it in the video, both of them, because it will show up on both pages. Or if you have products that you can do, they're not comparison, but like you have I don't know, like your laptop sleeve and your backpack. You can make a video where you show your laptop sleeve and your backpack and you talk about both products in one and how they go together and you take them everywhere and blah 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 and tag both of them in the video. And it shows up on both
Okay.
carousels. So that's a good one too.
That makes perfect sense.
And then
That makes
also
perfect
too,
sense.
don't
So
don't neglect videos that for products that you have that don't have creator connections, because you can still make really good money on products that sell a lot of units but don't have creator connections, right? And a lot of
mhm,
people kind of avoid them. But if it sells, 5,000, 10,000 units a month, even though you're not getting creator connections, that's still good volume. The other thing, and I'm sure you probably thought about this already, is if you have friends and family to review the stuff they have, or if you go to church and they have stuff at the church, review that stuff, or when you're at a hotel, or if you travel to and you stay at an Airbnb, review this stuff at the Airbnb, and you'd be surprised. Almost everywhere buys most stuff from Amazon.
yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And I noticed that Viral View, at least at one point, and maybe it's being updated right now, had the ability to in the web app, like you could search another account's web history, like their purchase history.
Yep.
But I haven't been able to find that tool. Is that something
So,
you've used before where
so
you
in Viral View with the order history scanner, which is part of the starter package, you just go to your order history page and then you press refresh and it will scan your order history and then it shows up in the web app under product research, or I'm sorry, under the orders tab. There's a orders tab in the web app and that's where it shows up. Now,
okay.
then if you then go to your parents' house and they're logged into Amazon and you just put Viral View on their computer and log in and run it again over there, it will then scan theirs and add it to your history. So it's a really useful tool because, like, I don't know, maybe your parents were watching the kids, you just pop in, scan their order history, and then maybe the next weekend you're over there for a barbecue or something and you got 2 hours and oh, there's like 4 or 5 products I really want to review while I'm here.
For sure. Uh, well, the really the question I came to ask was mostly about the messaging to these brands.
Yep.
I've had a couple of them reach back out after I've sent kind of a broad templated message that Viral View. I kind of adjusted their original one and just a little bit, and I'm saying basically, hello, I'm such and such, and I saw this product, and it gives like the link to the product, and I'd really love to work with you, and etc. And then it's like, here's my address, and I hope we're able to work together or whatever. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yep.
And that's kind of the summary of it.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple brands reach out. They want to see my storefront. I kind of purposely haven't linked my storefront because I only have 20 videos. And then I also, of course, I just learned about the Viral View kind of the profile
The
builder
media
thing they
kit.
let you build in the web app, the media kit. And I've
Similar
had a
though,
brand or two ask
you
for
don't have a
that.
lot of data on there, but yeah.
Right. That's what I'm hesitant to send them is like $0 earned.
Right.
you know,
So
and I feel
what
like they're gonna be
also
like,
too,
yeah,
one
this is
one thing
totally
that's
for my
really
company.
good when you're a beginner is leaning into your unfair advantages, whatever that may be. And it's different for everybody. So you just have to figure out what it is. Like maybe you're really skilled in a certain type of product. So someone in my group, it's a woman, but her husband's a fisherman, right? And we were trying to figure it
Right.
out. And she was also trying to butter up her husband because he's kind of like doesn't believe it's going to work, like another crazy idea that her entrepreneur wife is trying. And but then she started getting free samples for fishing stuff. And then he's all on board now. But so then he makes the video,
For sure.
but then
Yeah.
the brands really like it, because what happens is, like, if you could imagine, there's a lot of people requesting a lot of stuff. And if you don't fish and you make a video about a fishing product, everybody who really fishes know you don't know nothing about fishing, when you see the video.
Sure.
But when you see the video of people who do fish, it does good. And so that's kind of like, that's one of her unfair advantages, is like, oh, my husband can shoot videos too, which is an unfair advantage in itself, to just be like, we're a husband and wife duo. We can do male and female focused products, like my wife won't shoot a single video, so I'm not doing any female products. So that's a good advantage. But
Right.
then just leaning into the fishing, like, oh, we can do fishing like authentically. My husband is a 20-year lifelong fisherman, etc. And you could even put a link in your message to, an Instagram piece of him fishing or whatever that got a lot of views or whatever. It's like, I have a message that I send out for fitness requests specifically, and it links to a video of me doing pull-ups that got 30,000 views on Instagram. So it's like, hey, I want to review your
Gotcha.
workout stuff. Here's a video of me doing workout stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because they get enough people that like request their workout stuff and they send it to them, and then they just do an unboxing and they don't even actually use it. That's like, brands hate that. So I would try and
Sure.
figure out what your unfair advantage might be and lean into that.
And so you're saying build multiple templates around kind of my unfair advantages if I come across something that falls into one of those categories.
Yeah, definitely. For
specific.
if you're messaging specific stuff, definitely, but also just as a whole, like, hey, I'm a 45-year-old male and I specialize in electronics, like just
Right.
whatever it is that you might be into, like, oh, I'm really good with audio and video stuff, or I don't know. Just,
Gotcha.
you just have to, it's just kind of something that, and I haven't spent a lot of time with you, so I don't know, but you probably have an idea.
Sure.
And if you make enough videos, you'll figure it out too. For example, I wasn't like thinking about it, but then I noticed that all the videos I make about coffee do really well. And I was like, that makes sense. I've been making coffee at home for 20 years. I have an espresso machine. So when I made my first video of an espresso machine that someone sent me, which was actually hard to get, I had to ask for a lot of them. I have like $1,000 espresso machine, not trying to brag, but that was sitting next to it on the counter and you could see it in the video. And so I'm watching my own video that did better than a lot of videos. And I'm like, why did it do so good? I'm like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. I'm able to use the certain words, you know what I mean? The tamper, the part that puts the coffee down, the portafilter, the part that the coffee goes into. And if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. But if you didn't, if you don't make coffee, you're probably like, yeah, this is the thing where you press it down and this is the thing you put the coffee in, you know what I mean? Instead of using the actual words.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then you kind of just know, once you put enough videos out, you'll see what does well and you'll be like, oh, that makes sense why that does well. I have hunting experience, obviously I know how to talk about a knife properly.
For sure. Yeah. So do you feel like that message that I kind of mentioned, just like kind of a, hey, this is the product I saw and the link and
Yeah,
and my
100%.
shipping address and
Yeah, let me give you
that's pretty much across the board.
Yeah, let me give you a template right now. I'm going to put it in the chat. This is the exact message template that I use. I just happen to have it handy because I have it for the free trainings. So here, all you guys go. There's a Google Drive link in the chat right there. That's my actual messages I use, and it's all of the messages that you can use with Viral Vue, including the YouTube description. But and don't copy it exactly. I know some of you will, but change it, because if you send out my message, it's going to say, hey, I'm a big YouTuber, and you're not a big YouTuber, so it's not going to work out so well for you. But there's notes at the top that says, hey, like, that's my unfair advantage, right? So replace it with your own unfair advantage, and then just note that each gap in the message is a message block in Viral Vue, and you want to use all the message blocks so that your message looks more natural. Are you using them?
No, and actually that was a follow-up question I had. So do the dashes, is that what creates the block? Or
No. So in Viral Vue, when you make your template, there is a block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, and you just fill out your message in each block, and then when it sends them all separately, and then does a carriage return in between each one. So if you don't, there's no formatting in the messages for creator connections. Everything just gets smashed together. Like in such a way that like I had brands saying, "Hey, sorry, we don't ship to Canada." And I'm like, "Dude, I live in California. It's CA. It's not Canada." You know what I mean? But just because of the way it looked on the messages, like I could understand why they said that. And it also just looks more casual. Like, you know, my first message, if you look on that template, is like, "Hey, what's up?" You know, something like that. Like, I'm interested in these and then the last one is, I literally think I just say thanks on the last block, but it looks more human. You know what I mean?
For sure. Dude, that's so helpful. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna dive right off into that. I got my 100 messages to send tonight, and so I'm about to go do
Awesome.
that. I can't tell you thanks again enough, man.
Are you in the
already.
pro plan yet, or just the starter? No, you're in the pro plan because you're doing creator connections messages. Do the
Yes,
you should
and
look into the
I
store.
actually got in before I had a video.
Yeah.
I got in before I had $1. So
Nice. Well, you're hungry. You should check out the storefront stocking. I don't think that Viral Vue has made a video specifically how to do it, but it is the absolute best. I have a video. I've already finished in editing it. I didn't post it today because I didn't get the thumbnail done in time, so I'll probably get it posted tomorrow. But basically, you go to someone's store on Amazon, and then you scan you open the product viewer when you're looking at their page, right? You scroll their page a little bit, then you open the product viewer on the right side.
Audio froze on me here.
Can you hear me?
If you can hear me, man, I'm sorry. You may be talking, but it's kind of buzzing out on me.
Oh,
sorry,
I can hear you.
You can keep talking about it. I'm going to hop off the call and I'll listen to you.
All right, cool. Okay, so storefront stocking, guys. You go to someone's storefront on Amazon, and preferably someone who has a lot of videos, right? And then you click there on the right side, you click product viewer. That opens up all of their products or videos in a table, right? And then you can sort it. Click the column that says creator connections, and it will sort everything by creator connections. Make sure it's set to show 500 on a page. And then with one click, you can select all of them. And then at the top, you can click add to bucket. Now, what that does is it grabs all of those products and it puts them in the bucket messaging thing, which is in the web app. Then you go to the Viral Vue web app, go to the product research tab, and then on the right side, there's two sides. On the right side, you click the right side option is the bucket manager. All of those things you sent will be over there in the bucket manager. And now with one click, you can select 100 and you can send them out. I skipped over a part, and that is that you want to filter them. You don't want to add everything from someone's store to your bucket because people have products that aren't good to review, right? So when you're looking at someone's store, set it to show 500 per page, sort it so that all the creator connection stuff shows up at the top, and then hit the filters on the right side and say, show me products that have whatever metrics you want, like minimum 500 or 1,000 sales per month, minimum one top carousel merchant video, and then maximum total influencers, say like 30, 50, or 100, whatever it is you feel comfortable with. Now those results, click to add all of them to the bucket, then go to the bucket manager in the web app, and you can sort them again and then send your 100 messages. So it's really cool because you could spend an hour or two putting like 500 to 1,000 items into your bucket. And then for the next 10 days, you can just pop into your bucket manager and with one click in a couple minutes, send your 100 messages. It's extremely, extremely fast. Number one way to send messages nowadays. Amber, I wanted to address what you were saying earlier. So Amber said, I got to scroll up a little bit. Amber said, should we be leaving dead space at the end of the video for when we cross post to YouTube? Yes, but I was thinking about it in a different way. And so what happens is, think about this, Amber, is who gets the commission on Amazon when someone watches your video? The person whose last video they watched gets the commission, right? But what happens if I make a really good video and the customer watches it all the way to the end and it ends? And then before they can close it and buy the product, the next video starts playing. Now guess who gets the commission? That video and not mine. So what a lot of people are doing is they're putting a slug at the end of their video, which is either just a black video with no audio that is like 30 seconds long, So when the video ends, it doesn't immediately play the next video. And this gives the customer time to go, oh, it's over, and then close the video player and then go buy the product, and preserving your commission. Now, you could also do, instead of a straight black slug, you could just do like a freeze frame or a thumbnail, like a, not like a thumb, like you could use your thumbnail, or like an end card that just like has a picture of you with like your fingers up, and it's like, hey, if you like this video, you know, check these 2 videos out. And but it's just a freeze frame, something, you know, but it lasts for 30 seconds. And that maybe gets them to go down to your store. You could even say like, my store links down below or whatever to see these videos. If you like these ones, you might like these ones. But either way, your goal is to stop the video from actually ending and the next video playing. But it does work well on YouTube, because then on YouTube, you could actually add cards for those videos to send them to other videos, which is another strategy. Like if you have a lot of vacuum cleaner reviews on your YouTube channel, you should absolutely put the cards at the end of one review to send them to the other vacuum cleaner review if they happen to make it to the end. I answered this, use the storefront stalking, Luke. You could find 500 products in 30 minutes using storefront stalking. I wish we could play music. Maybe I could figure that out and I could have like royalty-free music, because if we just had like a little vibe right here, it would be nice. This is the funniest comment ever. Okay. John says, how important would you say a quality thumbnail is starting out? I think it's as important as what the other competition's thumbnails look like, but quality is subjective. And unlike YouTube, we don't have click-through data, right? So on YouTube, we have the data that shows us how many times was our thumbnail placed in front of someone and how many times did it get clicked. And that tells you how good your thumbnail is. It's a click-through rate. On Amazon, we don't get a click-through rate. We don't know the impressions to clicks. We got views, we got average watch time, but we don't have impressions to clicks. So we don't really know what a quote-unquote good thumbnail is on Amazon. A lot of people are making these really like YouTube style thumbnails, or like these really super AI thumbnails. And I don't think the AI thumbnails are that great. If you don't have time to make a thumbnail, sure, use them. I think they're great for YouTube, the AI thumbnails, right? I think they're excellent for YouTube. But for Amazon, I'm just not 100% certain that that's what someone wants. I feel like they go to watch these videos because they want it to be real and authentic. And when they see the AI thumbnail, and I guess maybe it's just me, maybe a lot of people don't know their AI thumbnails. I don't know. Let me hear what you guys think in the chat. But I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose, because you're like, oh, it's an AI thumbnail. Maybe it's an AI video. Like, I can't trust this person, so they don't click on it. I feel like the more simple thumbnails are better on YouTube, like, or on Amazon. Like, I feel like me just holding this up and just being like, that, I think that'd be like a killer thumbnail for Amazon. Do you know what I mean? Or just like, maybe like I'm holding it up and there's like one red arrow pointing at it, and maybe like one word on this, on the thing, like portable or something. You know what I mean? Like simple, just like real simple, like red arrow. Like, remember when that was a YouTube thumbnail tactic, was just like a red arrow pointing to something? I think that's kind of where we're at with Amazon influencer video thumbnails. But again, we don't have the data, so that's like my intuition. We don't really know what's best. I do feel like it's great to have some cohesiveness to your thumbnails, to where like a customer, let's say I review a lot of stuff and you like my reviews, especially if I review a lot of stuff in a certain niche, like a lot of camping gear, a lot of workout stuff, whatever it is. And so you're liable to get more repeat customers watching your videos because they're looking for products in those categories, and you do a lot of products in those categories. Imagine if I always had this like bluish background in my thumbnails. Then without really thinking about it, you could look at the thumbnails and be like, oh, it's blue background guy. I like blue background guy. I always like blue background guys' reviews. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can kind of brand yourself with your thumbnails by having like a formula to them that's cohesive. But overall, we don't really know, and I don't really think it's going to increase your profitability like a crazy amount. You know what I mean? I think doing good product research and making good videos is the number one thing. Thumbnails are probably the number two thing, but I'm just not sure how important it is. You know what I mean? I know for sure that like if you were trying to show a product, a lot of times just the product itself, like that, like just like that, like that's a good thumbnail. But if you were making a video for this and Amazon picked a frame that like was like that maybe and didn't like show the product, or maybe the product wasn't even in there and you're looking down or whatever, then that's terrible. It'd be much better to have a frame that actually showed the product. So I think having a face in the thumbnail is definitely good. I don't think that's really debatable. Product forward with a face, I think that's really, really good. But more than that, I don't really know. If anyone wants to call in, 22467 Reezy. Be here for, yeah, I'll be here for like 10 more minutes. And I got to give some props to Jim right here. Jim's one of my students in my coaching program. Jim just got approved for on-site commission today. So I just got to give him some props. Can we get some W's in the chat for Jim? W's for Jim. He got approved his first attempt for submitting 3 videos, which if you've ever tried to get approved for on-site commission, you know, maybe it didn't work out so easy for you. Oh, I saw a question. Where did it go? How do you deal with the buy box? I sold over 25 products for a CC $100 product, but it had a different seller, so I didn't get credit. This is annoying. Yeah, unfortunately, Matthew, this does happen, and the only real way to make sure it doesn't happen is to not sell products that have multiple sellers. So, you want to sell, like ideally you're reviewing products from brands you've never heard of, which means they're private label brands, which means there shouldn't be anybody on it except for the person who owns the brand. Anytime you review big name products that are like known, there's always a chance that there's more than one supplier selling that item. And you can see this. Viral Vue now has a red flag feature on the product view that will tell you, or whatever they're calling it, at the top of the page, and it will show you like whether or not you should look into it further. And it tells you there's like 2 different types of flags. One is there's multiple sellers, and then the other flag has to do with the budget not being exhausted. So that's like another signal like, hey, this has been active for a week, but no dollars have been dispersed from the Creator Connections budget. Like look into it to make sure. So unfortunately, there's just nothing you can do. You can still earn standard commission. You're just not going to get the Creator Connections bonus if the person who sold the item isn't the one who made the Creator Connections campaign. And it makes sense, right? Like if you were a seller and you were selling on a listing you were allowed to sell on, and you didn't make a Creator Connections campaign, why should you have to pay out a 20% bonus? You see what I'm saying? Like the brand made the bonus, and you know, maybe they're not in stock anymore, so someone else is selling, or maybe their price isn't as good, so someone else has the buy box. It's an unfortunate event, but the only way you can make sure you absolutely don't deal with that is just to make videos for products that only have one seller. So Viral Vue doesn't have a historical seller feature right now, so you can't look at a product with Viral Vue and say like, has there ever been more than one seller on this? I believe Viral Vue will have a feature like this in the future. Most of the time, if there's a feature that's worth having that Viral Vue doesn't have, they will have it in like the next 30 to 60 days. It's just kind of how they do things. But being someone who's sold on Amazon for a long time, I have access to a lot of other tools. And there is a tool called Seller Amp, SELLERAMP. It's for arbitrage sellers, but it does have the historical data that will tell you, you know, how many sellers are on this listing, and then the historical buy box percentage. And so it will show you a pie chart, and it will show you like different slices, and each slice is a different seller, and it says how many percentages of the last 30, 60, 90, or 180 days did these different sellers have the buy box. And if we were looking at that as an Amazon seller, we would want it to just be one seller on the pie 100% all the time, no matter what time period you were looking at it. But it would be useful because you could look at it and be like, okay, there's 2 sellers on this listing right now. And, you know, seller 1 is the one that has the Creator Connections campaign. Seller 2 is currently in the buy box. But if you look on the history, maybe it says seller 2 has only been in the buy box 5% of the time over the last 6 months. You know, and including the different time periods as well, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. And so then you could be like, okay, there's 2 sellers on this listing, but the seller that has the Creator Connections campaign holds the buy box 90+% of the time, so we're fine. But unless you have a tool like that, there's no way you can see it. What's up, Tim? How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Bro, give me a call like I actually know you. If you don't have my phone number, send me a message. I'm pretty sure you have my phone number. Just give me a call. This is my homie, Tim. Me and Tim used to bust freestyles in the studio way back in the day. This fool would come over with just pages and pages, just like the only person ever that would wake me up at like before 10 a.m. on a Saturday and be at the door like, you want to rap? And I'm telling you, it's like 9:15 in the morning. And he's like, you want to rap? And he's got like several notebooks ready to go. So full of energy. You're the man, Tim. Do commissions for Creator Connections show up right away or when the campaign is over? They show up when the item ships to the customer and then once your dashboard updates. So I think the dashboard, the Creator Connections update is kind of fickle. I know commissions update at like 2 in the morning California time, but the Creator Connections I don't believe updates until the middle of the day sometime California time, maybe like noon or 2 p.m. or something. And at that time, you are being credited for anything that had Creator Connections that has shipped before that period. If you guys want to try out Viral Vue, which I highly recommend, it's free on the basic tier, and there's definitely some good features that are worth using on the free tier. Screenshot this QR code or click a link in the description. I think it's in there somewhere. Check it out. And if you do want to upgrade, or when you do decide to upgrade, because if you're following me, you should be making some money. And then you should upgrade because it saves you so much time. Whether you're getting the starter package or the pro package, use code REEZY10 to get 10% off for life. Anybody got any other questions? What do you think about brands abandoning campaigns? I'm not aware of what you're talking about, Matthew. What do you mean, like not renewing a campaign after it ends? Unless there's something else, I don't know what you're talking about. I guess I don't need to wear headphones anymore if there's nobody calling in. Although it is nice to hear your own voice. The headphones are uncomfortable to wear for long periods of time. You see how big these ears are? See these Dumbo things? I might flap away at any moment. Got approved an hour ago via a new TikTok. Thank you for the advice. Let's go. W's in the chat. Look outside, just got approved. Let's go. I purchased a product and they abandoned the ASIN and changed the campaign product to something else. This has happened twice to me. Okay, so let me make sure I understand this correctly. You got a product, it had Creator Connections, and then they took the ASIN out of the campaign and then put a different product in the campaign. Is this what you're saying? I just want to make sure I'm picking up what you're putting down, Matthew. Empire, you don't have to be creative on TikTok. Do you have a dog or a cat or any type of pet? Pet content is extremely easy to get views with. And also, you can get views with almost any content at all on TikTok if you're trying at all. Like literally just go shoot a video of the trees and put some motivational sound clip on it and then boost it for $8 a day and you will get views. I promise you. Boost it from inside of the TikTok app with the goal, choose the goal, more views. You will get views. Easy, easy. And it's worth $8 a day to get approved for the influencer program, even if you have to do it for a straight week. So Matthew says, I assume they ran out of stock and then added a new product to that ASIN. The product I purchased, they added to a new ASIN that isn't creator connections. Their budget was nearly 1 million as to why I invested. Okay, so now I'm even more confused. So they ran out of stock and then added a new product to that ASIN. So you're saying they changed the product that was associated with the page. Like they changed the image and they changed the title. And then they started pushing a different product through that same page. That's what I'm guessing you're saying. Yeah, I don't know why. Again, I do believe that maybe some brands are doing some weird stuff, but I also don't believe that they're doing it to mess with us in particular. It's just their own business ideas, because there's no way that creator connections is really driving that much sales for brands. Like, oh, it has creator connections. Because think about it. You're not choosing something just because it has a large budget. It's also something that already sells really well, right? So, like, in what world does the one sale they make from scamming you or the 10 sales from scamming other influencers out of purchasing their treadmill as an investment purchase matter to them? Because I'm assuming they're selling, 500 or 1,000 treadmills a month already, right? So I don't know, but I do feel like it's kind of like that energy. Like you're never going to go far trying to defeat Amazon on all of these things. Like in the selling world of selling on Amazon, there's always things that like Amazon stole your inventory. Amazon owes you money. They charged you too much. They said it weighed 5 pounds when it really weighs 0.5 pounds. They moved the decimal the wrong way. And sometimes you just have to eat it because your other option is like being on the phone with them every day for an hour for 20 days straight until you can get someone to fix it. And even if you're not going to be the one to do it, you're going to pay your employee $15 an hour to do that every day. It's literally not worth it. Your time is better spent just trying to make more money. You know what I mean? And it sucks, but it's like I just don't think I don't know anyone that's actually been successful on Amazon that chooses to fight all these little small battles. You just have to be like, fuck it, whatever, they got me. And then just try again and just hope, overall they're not going to be doing that as a rule. You know what I mean? It's the exception. What up, Steven? How you doing? What up, Blaine? You could literally I challenge some of you guys. I think if you made a TikTok video of you just sitting there staring at the camera and not even saying anything, don't say anything, no sound, nothing. Just stare it dead in the soul sockets and then boost it for $8 a day, you're getting views. I promise you're getting views. What up, Avery? We got Romer the Roamer in the house. Romer, when's your baby due? And did you come up with a name yet? And what are you challenging me to? As long as it's not a wrestling match, I'm going to soft agree. And I might agree to a wrestling match too. That's always fun, getting tied into a knot. Pause. How do you get free products? So if you join the Amazon Influencer Program, as soon as you ship your first item, you're eligible for something called Creator Connections. And in Creator Connections, you can request free samples from brands. And so you send out messages every day. The brands send you products, and that's how you get free products. Real quick, guys, if you're watching, can you click on my Reezy Reviews YouTube channel and subscribe to that for me, please? I need to get like 500 more subscribers on there. Right now, we are at 499. Who's going to be the 500th subscriber? I still need 500 more after that, but every subscriber counts. October 26th, Ladarius. Shut up, fool. You are not naming your child Ladarius. That's hilarious, Ladarius. Come on, dog. You're such a liar, bro. I bet you $20 you're not naming your kid Ladarius. My midlife run life says I did running stuff for my TikTok. There's everybody, dude, running is big. People love running. Gym clips. Do you have to pay for Creator Connections? Nope, you do not. Thank you, Empire. Empire sub. Let's see. Did we get over 500? Are we there? We're there. 500, baby. Yes, sir. Thank you. Do you upload review videos every day to YouTube? Yes, because it's cross-posting a vast back catalog. Let me see how many are up there. 1.5 thousand videos on YouTube. So I have like over 1,800 on Amazon. So there's still like somewhere around 300 to go. And we're doing 10 a day to catch up on YouTube. But I am not posting review videos every day on Amazon. Have I heard of people having a hard time getting accepted if they boost their videos? Nope, not at all. People are boosting left and right and getting approved. There's people in the chat right now who got approved by boosting their videos. If you're in the chat right now and you got approved by boosting your TikToks, let me know. Let me know. Let Nate know. Nate wants to know. Because it's easy for me to tell people stuff, but I feel like sometimes it just hits harder if the chat tells them. I have a buddy having a hard time. He has a ton of likes and comments. If you want to give me his TikTok, I'll look at it right now. Jim got approved through boosting right there. He just got approved for on-site commission today too. I don't know if you can put the TikTok in the chat. I think if you do, it'll probably block it. Tell me what it is and I'll look it up. So Nate, my rough guess without looking at it is that he doesn't have enough recent posts. So if you get up 12 posts in the next week and they average 200 to 300 views on every post, you'll get approved. But if you have thousands of views and, you know, you have only posted twice in the last week, you're not going to get approved. So my guess would be post recency, not having enough posts. Frequency, the frequency of posts, not good. Recency, frequency. I think both of those words work. Frequency. I think I've been saying recency a lot and I should be saying frequency. Is recency even a word? Now I don't even think that's a word. Recency is the state or quality of being recent. Okay, it is a word. Good Lord, I thought I was saying a non-word out here. Midlife Run Life got approved through boosting. 3 to 4 posts a day. So tell your friend, Nate, to post 3 to 4 posts a day for the next week. And for the posts that don't get 200 to 300 views, to boost them for $8 a day from inside of the app and choose the goal, more views. Also have one comment on every post. It could be your own comment, hashtags, whatever, and then apply at the end of that week. Very important. Yeah, maybe. The problem is my Instagram is going off right now. We've been posting these carousel posts, and I had one that got like I guarantee some of you guys saw it because it got 300,000 views on Instagram. And so the comments are just ridiculous. And literally, so like, let me see. This post got 305,000 views. It's literally just a carousel. It's insane. Insane. But because of that, my DMs are just crazy full. Look at this. So 2.2 thousand comments. So half of those are me replying, but still that's 1,100 people that DM'd me the word because they're interested in it. 97 reposts, 4.4 thousand shares, and 11.5 thousand bookmarks. So like in the last 5 days or so, I've gotten 1,100 DMs for that. So like if you send me a message in the last week and I haven't replied, I'm sorry, but it's like getting hard to keep up with. Look Outside boosted the outdoor themed TikTok post and got approved. I didn't speak to the camera in any posts, some videos, some slideshows, some pics. Nice. Thank you for the data. Backyard Outpost said I had 9 videos with over 300 views and around 12 under 300 views and got approved under TikTok. Submitted the 3 videos on Thursday at noon and now the waiting game. Thursday is good. I think you're going to get approved because if you would have gotten denied, I think they would have denied you already. I'm calling it right now. It might be a little early to call it Backyard, but I think you're going to get in. I'm approved. I've been uploading 1 a day. For the influencer program, upload as many as you want. I wouldn't do more than 200 in a day, but upload as many as you can. Get going. Don't take it for granted, guys. We don't know how long this opportunity is going to last. Like my intuition is we're really early still, and we got a good 2 to 3 years left. I think this is the very beginning of influencer shopping, to where like when you go on a website, there's always going to be a video of an influencer there, like whether it's Target, Amazon, Home Depot, Walmart, whatever. When you go to the page, there's always going to be a way to see videos of real people talking about the products, because we all don't trust the brands anymore. We don't trust the brand pictures, the brand commercial videos. We want to see a real person holding it and giving you their real thoughts about it. So I think we're real early. I think we got a good 3 to 5, maybe even 7 years of this type of money being able to be made. But at the same time, it could all be gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? And so you should treat it like it might be gone tomorrow, and you should really hit it hard. All right, I'm going to run unless anyone has any more questions. I heard my family just walked in right now. It is 7:50. Time to start winding down for the day. Reezy Resells, the content guy, is clocking out. Let me go look at this one more. This will be the last thing we do. Let's go look at this page. Ball Knower 3029. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me bring up TikTok. TikTok.com. All right, let me share the screen. Share screen. TikTok. No. What? Why is it? Ah, there we go. Whoops, let me. All right, can you guys see this? Whoops, here we go. Ah, hell. 1 second. Hold on, let me. I don't know why I was going sideways. One more time. Okay. Now it's going to be upside down. Why is it doing this? It did this to me the other day. How? Okay, let me try one more time. One more time here. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Okay. All right, we got it. We got it. Holy Lord. Okay. Now let me move this over here so I can actually look at TikTok full size. All right. Can you guys see TikTok now? Are we good? Ball knower 3029. It's kind of sus. It should be right side up now. You guys are just a little bit behind me. Oh, I've talked to this guy before. And he gets good views. Yeah, I've talked to this guy before. I recognize his content because not a lot of people make content like this, and he actually gets really good views for someone with low content. Are we right side up, folks? We're right side up, right, folks? I think we're right side up. So let me go look at the latest
that we look upon.
1 day ago. 1 day ago. 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And he has a lot of comments too. He's following people. I don't know. I remember looking at this guy and just thinking like, wow, I really don't know what the deal is. Is it because he's
that we look upon should tumble and fall on the mountain.
All right, so that post has copyright music. This has copyright music. This has copyright music. Copyright music.
You got the music.
Oh man, I don't know. I want to say it might be because he's using copyright music. He should try to do his posts for a week straight without using any copyright music.
Let's talk LeBron to Philly. First off,
that's the big piece of advice I would give him, because I don't know what else would not make it worth it. But also, too, I would not have the thumbnails on these posts where everything looks the same. Like, I realize these are different football plays, but I don't think a lot of people understand this. So if he could make the thumbnail different, maybe, to show his face instead of just these images. Because imagine you think the content is just this. Like, I mean, essentially it is, right? Then maybe people aren't into it because they're thinking, Amazon's thinking, that's not going to make anyone want to buy an item. Because it's just a still image of a football play with some copyright music. So I would, as much as it's probably going to pain his soul to make content that he doesn't like because he's made a lot of this football content, I would make some basic content like this, but I just wouldn't put any copyright music on it. You could use trending sounds, but don't use copyright stuff. Like, this is great too. But I wouldn't put any copyright sounds. That would be my suggestion. But I don't know. Otherwise, I'm at a loss. Anybody else got anything? Maybe his account is cursed. Maybe he should make a new account and see if he could get a new account approved with, focus on this type of like outdoors content, travel content, not necessarily this the football play stuff that has also has. See, he did this. He put his face on the thumbnail, and then it was still that. I like that. But then he was just still using copyright music.
Just keep watching. It's
so this one has a trending sound, but it still has a copyright sound on it. I know you guys can't hear the sounds right now. But most of the pieces that he has have like a really popular copyright music in the background. So I would really try to do a week of no copyright music and see if that does it. If not, I would try to do a whole week of just food content and see if that does it. That would be my advice. And if that still doesn't work, I would start a new channel, a new TikTok. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's all I got, though. But otherwise, he's got he gets views, And we definitely did talk. All right, guys, I'm going to head out for the night. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, if you guys want to try Viral Vue, check that out. If you guys need coaching, I got a dope coaching program. I would love to help you. Some of my students have been on the chat talking to you guys. Jim is here in here. He got approved for on-site commission today. Shout out Jim Finley. But yeah, if you need someone to guide you on this journey, more than just showing up on Monday nights, you know, we talk every single day in Discord. We meet 6 times a month on Zoom face to face for an hour. All my students have my phone number so they can get a hold of me whenever they need me. And I'm really invested in their success. And if you can't afford that or you're not ready for that, just keep showing up on Monday nights and asking questions. Call in if you need to. I really appreciate the people that call in. I like doing the call-ins a little bit more than just answering questions from the chat. I'm happy to do that as well, but the call-ins are appreciated. Thank you to everyone that subscribed to the Reezy Reviews YouTube channel. And if you're watching this replay after the fact and you did that, you're a real one. Appreciate you too. Yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Instagram, and I should be dropping a video tomorrow on YouTube as well that will show you guys how to research 100 well-researched products using storefront stalking in like 15-20 minutes. So it's a huge time save compared to like an hour to hour and a half is what it would take before we had this method. All right, guys, have a good night and have a great week.